All right, thanks, guys. We are once again coming off a 4-1 day on my Patreon website yesterday. That's going to prove our record to 13-4 in our last 17 college basketball tier package plays, and we're also 10-1 in our last 11 NBA tier package plays. The good news is this: we have another NBA tier package play going off tonight, and we're going to try to make it 11-1 in our last 11 in that category there. So if you're interested in that website, link is in the description section below. We have over 1,190 members currently active on that website. And once again, we do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some college basketball. We're going to start with Kent State taking on the Bobcats of Ohio, 6:30 Eastern tip-off in that game. The Bobcats are the 2-point favorite at home, total at 141. Now, money's on Ohio and the over in this one. We saw a 1-point move toward the Bobcats and movement upward on the total. Ohio opened as the 1-point favorite up to -2. Total opened 140.5 up to 141. And right now, Kent State is plus $1.25 on the money line. Now, if you like Kent State on the road here, they are averaging 76 points per contest, and they're 7-3 straight up in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with Ohio. So if you're into historical trends, it certainly is favoring Kent State in this spot here. Antonio Williams, 14, 4, and 4. Troy Simons, 13 points, 3 rebounds for him. And Phil Whittington, 10 points a game, 6 rebounds for this Kent State squad. Danny Pippen has been listed as questionable for tonight's action. But regardless, Kent State, they're allowing just 69 points per contest, and they're holding their opponents to just 41% from the field. Now, Ohio, on the other side, kind of struggling from the stripe, shooting just 68% from the foul line. They also struggle in home offensive rebounding. They failed to cover the number against Kent State in their last meeting together. And Dardis has been ruled as questionable with a leg injury. Now, total-wise, Ohio 3-0 to the under in their last 3. Meanwhile, 7 out of their last 8 stayed under the total as well. Kent State, on the other side, 5-2 to the under in their last 7. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me Kent State +2. And the under 141 in that contest. Next game, Quinnipiac taking on Fairfield, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Stags of Fairfield, they are -2.5 at home, total 129. Not a whole lot of movement on the side in this one. Pretty good two-way action there. We did see a 1-point move upward on the total. Fairfield open-ended remains -2.5. Total open 128 up to 129. Right now, the Bobcats of Quinnipiac. Back-to-back Bobcats. Double Bobcats. But anyway, the Bobcats of QU, they are plus $1.30 on the money line. Now, if you like Quinnipiac in this matchup here, you've got some courage because they've dropped 7 out of their last 8. And they're also just 1-9 against the number in their last 10. They're averaging just 68 points per contest when they travel. Meanwhile, defensively, they're allowing 74 points per contest as the official road team. Now, Quinnipiac's just 4-10 straight up away from home. That includes road games and neutral site games, and they went just 5-9 against the spread in that same category. Fairfield, on the other side, they rank in the top 30 in the nation in points allowed, top 45 in defensive rebounding. They're allowing just 63 points per contest. They are 7-4 against the spread as the official home team. Landon Taliaferro, 12 points a game, 92% from the stripe. Jesus Cruz, 11 points a game, 4 rebounds. And Taj Benning, 10 points a game, 5 rebounds for this Stags team. They're giving up just 61 points per contest on their home court, and they rank in the top 25 in the nation in home defensive rebounding. Now, no real surprise here. 8 out of Fairfield's last 9 games stayed under the total. They're also 8-3 to the under on their home court. QU on the other side, 5-3 to the under in their last 8 themselves. I'm going to lean Fairfield -2.5 and the under 129 in that game. Next matchup, Battle of the Nerds. No, I've used that before. That's an old joke. But anyway, Harvard taking on Columbia, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Crimson of Harvard. They're laying 8.5 on the road, total at 140. We're seeing money on Harvard and money on the over. 1 point move toward the Crimson, movement upward on the total. Harvard opens 7.5 up to minus 8.5. Total open 139 up to 140. Right now, Columbia is plus 350 on the money line. Now, if you like the Lions of Columbia, they've dropped their last 9 straight. 2-7 against the spread at home this year, averaging just 66 points per contest, shooting just 41% from the field. They're also giving up 72 points per game, and they've gone 4-6 straight up in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Crimson. Now, speaking of the Crimson, they're on a nice little 4-game winning streak right now. 7-4 straight up as the official road team. They rank in the top 30 in the country in road field goal percentage. They're also in the top 45 in road offensive rebounding. Noah Kirkwood, 13 points a game, 4 rebounds. Chris Lewis, 12.6 rebounds for him. We're looking at a Harvard squad who's averaging 74 points per contest when they travel. Of course, conversely, they are 6-3 to the over in their last 9. They're also 9-2 to the over as the official road team. 4 out of Columbia's last 6 got over the number as well. I'm going to lean Harvard minus 8.5 and the over 140 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Friday's college basketball action. Happy Friday to you. Congratulations. The weekend is finally here. And speaking of congratulations, another great day on Patreon yesterday. We went 4-1 yesterday in our premium picks on my Patreon website. The day before, we went 4-0, so we're 8-1 in our last 2 days on patreon.com/BrockPage. I do daily premium sports picks on that site, beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the difference? Like, what's the difference between what you do on Patreon and here on YouTube? And that's a great question. So what I do here on YouTube, I pretty much handicap every single game on the board, side and total. I give you, an opinion on every single game. But the problem with that is if you were going to bet every game on the board with your hard-earned money, you're going to lose a lot. Just the math becomes aggressively against you. You can't bet every single game. So, what I do on Patreon, I make life a lot easier for you. I just break it down to 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And if you want, you can go ahead and check out my current record for free. It's right on the homepage. All you got to do is click the link in the description section below. And once again, guys, we improved yesterday to 13-4 in our last 17 college basketball tier package plays. We're also 10-1 in our last 11 NBA tier package plays. And the good news is this is great news. We have another NBA tier package play going off tonight. Guys, I have over 1,190 members currently active on that site. If you're interested in joining, I would love to have you. We would love to have you. All you got to do is click the link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Davidson taking on Dayton, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Flyers of Dayton, they are laying 10.5 at home, total at 139 and a hook. We are seeing some money on Davidson and the under. We saw a 0.5 point fade of Dayton and movement downward on the total. The Flyers open as the 11-point favorite, down to minus 10.5. Total open 140, down to 139 and a hook. And right now, Davidson is plus 500 for an upset outright victory. Now, if you like Davidson in this game, just keep in mind they're 5-11 straight up away from home, 4-12 against the spread in those matchups. They really struggle offensively rebounding, and they're just 25% against the spread when catching the points this year. Now, Dayton on the other side, completely different story. 60% against the spread as the official home favorite. 17-0 in their last 7. Nice winning streak for them. They won their last 17 straight. Obi Toppin, one of the best players in the country. 20 points, 8 rebounds a game for him. Jalen Krucher, 15 points a game, 5 assists. We're looking at a Dayton squad who's shooting 42% from beyond the arc. These guys are deadly. Not the team, Jalen Krucher, he is shooting 42% from downtown. So Jalen Krucher, sharpshooter, this guy, very, very lethal from beyond the arc. Trey Landers, 11 points a game, 7 rebounds. This Dayton squad is undefeated at home, 15-0 straight up in the friendly confines. They rank in the top 20 in the nation in scoring on average per game. They're also first in all of the land in offensive field goal percentage. They're averaging 82 points per contest on their home court, and they're shooting 53% from the field in that same category. I'm going to go ahead and make a very chalky lean here. Give me Dayton minus 10.5 and the over 139.5 in that contest. Next game, it is going